Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me this morning. I don't know about your weather where you are located, but it is a gloomy and rainy day here, and I'm actually pretty okay with it. I am so excited for fall. Please, please bring it on. That's why I decided to go with this gorgeous pumpkin card featuring some products from the September 2016 Paper Pumpkin Kit, Something Good to Eat. Now, the actual kit does contain some test tubes, which you can use to make little Halloween treat receptacle guys, and that is a super cute idea. I really enjoyed this paper pumpkin and the creativity that it brought to so many people this time around. However, I was really looking forward to doing some alternate projects with the materials in this kit, and this is one that I came up with. I'm actually using this as my thank you cards for my September orders that everybody placed with me a September order. They get one of these cards in the mail as a thank you. So what I'm going to do is show you guys how to put one together, and then I will be assembly lining the remaining 13 cards. I also added this adorable pumpkin to the crumb cake envelope. I really just think it adds a special little touch when your recipient gets this in the mail and they turn it over and, oh look, it's a pumpkin. So stinking cute. Let's go ahead and get started. So I have a crumb cake for my card base, and it's just a standard card base cut at 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to score it in the middle at 4.25 and use my bone folder to get a nice crease on that score line. So here are some of the other materials that I am adding to do these cards today. Of course, I have some snail adhesive. I'm using my bone folder to fold my card base. I have the included linen thread that came in the September Paper Pumpkin Kit, but you can also go ahead and just use the regular linen thread from the catalog. It's basically the exact same stuff. I have my Rich Razzleberry Classic Stamp Pad. I am using my Wink of Stella Clear Glitter Brush. I have several stamps. This one is from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. It says a happy hello to you. I have already stamped that on the included Paper Pumpkin labels here. This actually has a black outline, whereas my sample card, I used the one with the gold outline, but I think they are both very interchangeable. And this makes a gorgeous layered pumpkin. So I have the solid pumpkin image as well as the detail for the pumpkin. These also came out of the Paper Pumpkin Kit this month. And then here is the tiny little stem guy. So adorable. The other papers we're using today is a piece of Designer Series paper from the Candy Cane Lane Christmas Designer Series paper from the holiday catalog. It has the sweeties on the back, and I really enjoyed this print. I thought it worked really well on this crumb cake background for a very simple but elegant look. I'm also using a piece of Designer Series paper from the Brights stack. This is in Rich Razzleberry, and we're using the stripe today. And I have a 1 3/4 inch circle punch that I punched out some Rich Razzleberry. And I also have the 1 3/8 inch circle punch that I used on some Whisper White so that we can do a little bit of layering. Once you have everything out that you need, this goes together really quickly. So I'm going to open up my Rich Razzleberry ink. And I have my 1 3/8 inch circle. I'm going to ink up my pumpkin, and I am going to stamp it off once. So stamp it off on a piece of scrap paper, and then when you stamp it down again on your circle, you'll have a much lighter pumpkin image. And that's really what we want, because I'm only using one ink color, so I want my detail on this stamp to really stand out on top of that pumpkin. Look at how gorgeous that is. Okay, I had to bring you guys closer in because that pumpkin is just amazing. Now I'm going to take the tiny little stem and I'm going to ink him up full ink and put him right on top. Cute! I'm going to stamp my sentiment onto my little piece here. This is the gold outline, and I have a happy hello to you. We're just going to stamp that right in the middle. To get that little bit of bling bling around the edges of our rich razzleberry circle, I'm just going to take my wink of Stella and I'm going to brush around the edges. I'm going to take a dimensional and pop up my pumpkin onto that rich razzleberry sparkliness. While I have my ink out, I'm going to stamp my pumpkin onto my envelope. So again, I'm going to do the same thing that I did on my main image, and I'm going to stamp it. This is a second generation, so I've inked it up, stamped it on scrap paper, and now I'm inking it onto my envelope. And then with full ink, I'm going to two-step stamp my pumpkin. And then take that stem and full ink on him as well. So I'm going to take a length of linen thread, and it doesn't matter necessarily how much, as long as you have enough. I have probably about 20 inches here, and that might even be too much. Now, with the little card that this comes on in the paper pumpkin, it's going to be a little bit janky. I don't know the best word to use for that, but you can see it's very crinkly, kinky, I don't know, something like that. So what I do is I just take my fingernail against my finger and I just run it down just like this, and then it kind of really evens that out quite a bit. So I am going to just do a few loops, so stick that down to that snail and then start looping it around. So 20 inches is quite a bit. You don't have to do that many loops. You could certainly get away with just doing 2 on each side, so maybe 15 inches would be plenty. I'm going to take 2 dimensionals and I'm just going to put those down on top of that linen thread, just to kind of hold everything in place. Before I stick that down, I am going to do my paper. So I am going to put some snail on the back of my Candy Cane Lane Designer Series paper. And I'm going to put that down towards the bottom because I want to have about as much space here as I have on the sides here. Okay, I'm going to line my card up with my grid paper so that I can place this and know that it is straight across, right where I want it. So I'm going to put it in the middle and I'm lining it up in this 1/2 inch section here on this side and the same 1/2 inch section on the other side. Now I know that it is straight across and not wonky or wobbly. I'm going to pop up my sentiment with a dimensional right in the middle. Now I am ready to attach my pumpkin. And there we go. A beautiful card with a matching envelope, all ready to go. I love these colors together, the crumb cake with the rich razzleberry. I think it screams fall, and also the linen thread just reminds me of straw and hay and just all of the wonderful things that you could stuff inside of a scarecrow. And I just think it's so amazing and magical. That little sparkle behind this pumpkin really steps it up a notch, and I just adore it. So now that I have shown you how to put one of these cards together, I'm going to go ahead and assembly line my remaining 13 cards. Thank you guys so much for watching. that is my assembly line thank you card for my September orders. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you come shop with me. Go ahead and head over to melissascreations.com, click on the Shop Now link, and it will take you to my online store. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have an amazing day. Okay, so this is the first idea. I'm still trying to play around and see what else I could do with this. Dilemmas! Because now I think I like this better. What do you guys think? Should I color that in, like, sparkly? I don't know.